Hello, beautifuls. And yes, I have to narrate this video because for whatever reason I lost the sound of my video. So what I'm saying, of course, it's not going to match what you see. But only thing I'm saying is just that you know, this is the completed style. It's a new style, and it's not the crochet braids that I normally do. It is a U-part wig, but I ended up having to sew more tracks in the front of my hair because I left way too much hair out. So I had to sew it up and add tracks of the hair that I had left. But this is the finished product. I used some styling gel in the front of my hair, which I'm going to show a picture of that. And I also used some curl cream from Silk Elements, which I'll show a picture of that. I do like Hicks. Hicks is the best edge controller ever, hands down. But for whatever reason, I couldn't find it. We had a party and it got put up somewhere, and who knows where it is. But that glaze that I'm showing you right now by Elastic QP is what I'm using in my hair. And the Hicks, I'm sorry, not the Hicks, I wish it was Hicks, but the curly gel is also what saved my hair from being a big curly bush. And that's me, you know, showing you a big curly bush. But, but from being a big curly bush to actually taming it and looking nice and shiny and curly. And that was the curly gel mixed silk, and I used that for the rest of my hair. So it came out good. I like it. It's, you know, it's pretty manageable. The other problem is I lost a lot of my footage. I don't know what happened. This was just, you know, a crazy video for me. A lot of my footage of me actually making the wig is gone, but you've seen plenty of videos of making a U-part wig. And that's what it was. But I'm going to show you pictures of the actual hair, and I dyed it, and I'll show you what dye color I put in the hair. So this picture here, this picture shows just the hair in the 14, 16, 18, and 20, and a little bit close up, but the pictures are coming out a little grainy, so it didn't come out all that great. But it'll give you an idea of what the hair looked like, and this is how it looked before I actually put the color in. Excuse me. And the color that I dyed it with was this Dark and Lovely. I actually used another color, I don't have a picture of it, to make it a little bit more red, but the Red Hot Rhythm, that kind of made it pop out a little bit more. This is after I completed actually the sewing in of the hair, because as I mentioned, I lost a lot of footage. So I actually, that was just a close-up of the hair. I think I dyed it twice so that it can get redder. But this is the complete installing or sewing of the U-part wig. And as you can see in this picture, that it was a lot of the U-part left out, and didn't quite like that. But that's after I cut the middle part out of the cap. Just showing you that how it looks after you cut it. And then I cut the bottom band that goes around the head. I cut that part off of it because I didn't sew that part into the unit itself. So that's just a closer picture of me cutting that part out of it. And in this next frame, you will see that I left way too much hair out, and that is just a view of how much hair I actually left out. And I don't know why I thought that that was going to mix in with the weave hair really good, but it did not. As I mentioned, it just did not. But that's also the braid pattern, and the last part of the hair is the hair that I left out also, which I ended up braiding in. But this next clip is just a to show you me sewing it actually in. I took the top part out and I started sewing it around the anchor braid, which is the braid behind the leave out, and I started sewing it. And I actually sewed around the U part first, one strand, and then I cut it at that point and I started sewing it again at the around the outside. So just wanted to give a view detailed of where I started sewing it. As you can see, that's the anchor braid that I sewed it on to, and the rest of the braid on the outside is the leave out. So just a little bit of what I did to begin with. And see, I cut that off and I started a whole new braid. A whole new thread around the outside of the braid. And that's once I have completed the sewing it in and showing you the actual leave out part of my hair. And then you will see that I actually am going to take the rest of it out all around. As you can see, it's just too much hair. My hair did not blend very well with the weave because my hair is just way too curly to blend with the weave. So I mean, the back it wasn't too bad. It's just the front where I kept all of that hair as part of the leave out. It just was too much hair. I do like how it went in, and that was okay, but it was just, you know, too much leave out. And I caught myself curling it, trying to see if I can curl it enough that it will match, and it did okay, especially around the sides and back. Once it dried, it wasn't too bad, but it still was too much. So I ended up sewing up a lot of it and adding more hair. I just weaved in more hair. So here you can see I do like it better. It's a little bit fuzzy on this picture, but a clear one is coming up. But I just went through and layered the curls, and I cut a lot of the length off, but I layered the curls, and it came out pretty good. Once I did all that, and once I of course added more hair to the hair itself, then that made it work. So it did pretty good. I'm sorry about the fuzziness of the film. I don't know what happened again. My camera was just acting up that day, but it turned out pretty good. You know, I added some product as I mentioned in the beginning of the film, and you know, it kind of worked out. It worked out pretty good. And again, adding that hair really made a difference. So as you see, my hair is in the front a little bit, but when I wore it, I kind of tucked my hair in a little bit more. But I like the hair, came out nice, and here's some pictures. I hope you enjoyed the beautifuls, and my next video will not be so choppy. It'll be much better and clearer, I hope. But these are just some pictures. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a beautiful day. Talk to you soon. See you in my next video. Bye.